Hey, welcome back. What does time do for you in your grief? What has it done for you so far in your grief? Welcome to Healing Starts with the Heart. This is Sharon Brubaker, your grief specialist, and I'm your friend walking with you on this journey. Today we're going to talk about something we hear a lot of while we're grieving. Girl, just give it time. You'll feel better. Time heals. Time is going to heal all wounds. Time is this big mystery that they keep setting up for us. I don't understand why they're so enamored with time, as if time is really going to do something. But if you're listening today, the chances are you haven't been experiencing this release or relief that they told you were going to get in time. Because the truth is, time doesn't heal grief. Time alone does not heal your grief. You know what time does? It passes, period. It passes fast, it passes quickly, it passes slow, it passes long, it takes pain. That's all it does, is it passes. As a griever, you do not control the calendar, you don't control the clock, you don't control the minutes. There's very little that you control. And what do you do while you are in this time and you're waiting? That's what really matters. That's what matters, and that's what I want to talk about today. What are you doing within time? Within the time while you're waiting? Let's talk about that. Here's the main thing that I think time does. Here's the main thing that I think time does for you. Time makes you realize how long it's been since you've seen them. Man, I haven't seen Austin in 19 years. I haven't seen Donovan in 11 years. I haven't seen my dad in 12 years. And I haven't seen Sharon. I don't even know. I have to do the math. I have to do the math so I can tell you guys. Oh my gosh, that's probably going to hurt my heart. Because that's a doozy. 2025. 2017. I haven't seen Sharon in 8 years. Man, doesn't even seem like 8 years. I haven't seen her in 8 years. I haven't talked to her. I haven't heard her voice. So that's what time does for us. That one hurt my heart. Since you've heard, it's been 8 years since I've heard her voice, felt her hug, laughed with her, said her name out loud, shared a secret with her, talked about my dreams with her, talked about her dreams with me. It's been years since I felt the tightening in my throat, just like I just did when I said 8 years. And that wave of missing, when that wave of missing them hits you, whether it's been 6 weeks, 6 years, 6 hours, 6 minutes, you find yourself asking, why does this still hurt so much? Shouldn't I be feeling better by now? Time has passed. I did what they told me to do. I waited. But pain and grief do not have an expiration date. There's no expiration date on how long you're going to grieve. I didn't even know it was 8 years. I had to do the math. Let me say that again. For all the grievers in the back who haven't been listening to me, grief does not have an expiration date. The pain of brokenness in your heart doesn't have an expiration date. So let me unpack what time actually does do for you. Time shows you where you're unresolved. It shows you where the grief is still showing up. It shows you where you're still broken. It's evil what it does to you. Sometimes it's gentle, and sometimes it's not so gentle. It reveals where the pain is tucked away, where it's in all the nooks and crannies. Thinking about it as if I allow this time, the pain will just fade. That's kind of how we approach time. Time is a way of peeling back the layers and saying, hey, this still needs your attention right here. Hey, you didn't even know she was gone 8 years. Let me tell you about that. Say the number 8. Do the math and see how that feels. Time reveals what you've been avoiding. What have you been avoiding saying? What have you been avoiding sharing? Maybe you've been staying busy this whole time. Maybe you're smiling all the way through it. Maybe you told yourself, you should be fine already by now. Why are you still in pain? Maybe you're not telling it to yourself. Maybe your friends are telling you. Girl, you still grieving that? You have my permission to throat punch. But time is truly honest. It doesn't lie because it doesn't know how to lie. It doesn't hold back because it doesn't know how to hold back. It doesn't ignore because it doesn't know how to ignore. It doesn't cover things up. Time does not cover things up. It brings it into the light. You not sitting in the light of this pain, time is going to take care of that for you. It gives you space to realize that you can't outrun it. You'll never be strong enough. You'll never be strong enough to get past this pain. You can't outwork it. You definitely can't outgrow it, because as old as I am now, I didn't know it was 8 years, and it still brings something up for me. Eventually, you have to slow down. Eventually, you'll have to take a deep breath. I got to do this grief thing. I got to do this. I got to figure this out, and I got to face it. Let me be clear, friends. Let me be very clear. Time will soften the edges. I know that to be true. It softens the edges. And that's why I think people say that, because they think, within time, you're going to be okay. Time will soften the edges. It makes it not so rough. It makes it so that when you turn really fast, that knife doesn't get jiggy in your heart. Time can soften the sharp edges. The kind that used to leave you breathless in the grocery store when you saw their favorite cereal. Now you know what aisle it's on, so you walked really fast. Time gave you that. Or it can bring you to tears just by the sound of a song. But softening isn't the same as healing. Because healing isn't passive. Healing takes intention. It takes action. You have to say, I am going to do the healing work, and I'm going to show up at the grief school, and I'm going to get this crap figured out. Once and for all, I'm going to get it figured out. Time might move you forward, but healing happens when you decide to lean into your grief. When you decide to lean into your grief, I've shared this story the other day. I heard myself say it, and I think I share it quite often, but you have to lean into the pain. You have to lean a little bit forward. You have to notice that you're in this pain, and then you lean into it just a little bit. You don't pull back and pretend like it's not there. You lean forward and you feel the pain, right? Time moves forward, but healing just stays, and it waits for you. It waits for you. It waits for you to set that intention. When you decide to lean into the grief, what I was just saying, you decide that you're going to feel it. You name the pain. This is sadness. You ask yourself where it is in your body. What does it feel like? And then you say, okay, I'm going to let it be here. And you sit with it for as long as you can. I'm only asking for a minute, but if you can sit with it longer, I'm okay with that. And you sit with it as long as it takes to process itself all the way out. That's just the beginning. Once you learn how to do that and you become really good at that, then we go after how to move the pain, how to look at it. Friends, when I figured out the 8 years, I felt a tug at my heart. I call that a heartstring. It didn't break me down. I didn't cry. I was shocked, I think. I was shocked and sad. But here's the deal. It's not because you're doing the grief wrong that this still hurts. And a lot of people think they're doing it wrong, and that's why it still hurts. And that causes them to go inward and pretend that it's not there. It's not because you're stuck. It's not because you're weak. It's not because you're broken. It hurts because you love them. You love your person. You love them. They were like your right arm. They were your person. They are your person. That's why this hurts, because of the love, because of the loss, because it matters. It matters to you. And it matters to everyone around. And time, my friend, time doesn't erase that. Time doesn't take that away. But it gives you a chance, right? It gives you a chance that if you're willing and if you're ready, you can tend to the wound in your heart. You can tend to the brokenness instead of just waiting for it to disappear. Instead of waiting for it to just go away. Okay, I want you guys to go look at the notes that I have for this podcast because I have some really great questions. What does time do for you in your grief? What has it done for you so far? What does healing with intention look like for you? What keeps resurfacing for you in this grief? What does healing with intention look like for you? Describe one small thing that you're doing that is absolutely helping you. Now, here's the deal about these grief journal questions. I have them all written down here and you can find them in the notes. If you don't journal, you're not a journaler. I'm not a journaler, but there are a lot of journalers. I love that you look at the questions and just go and work them through in your brain. In what ways has it been hard for you? Have you been hard on yourself about your grief and how long it has lasted? Do you talk in that frame like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm not over this yet. I can't believe I haven't done this yet. And I want to leave you with this. Grief is not about time. There is something called grief time. Grief time goes slow. Grief time goes fast. Grief time is long. Grief time is short. Grief time does not control a calendar. Grief time does not control a clock. Right? It's about what you do within time, what you do with intention, what action steps you take. And you, my friend, have the power to choose what this healing is going to look like for you. And healing, it can be. Healing, it will be. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen all at once. It's going to happen one moment at a time when you're guided and led through it. I want you to know this. I'm right here for you. Maybe you're listening to my podcast. Maybe you're a member of the Grief Study Hall, which happens every Tuesday or Thursday. Maybe you watch my lives on Facebook or on Instagram. Maybe you're following me on YouTube and you see my lives there. But I want to tell you this. I'm pouring as much information into you as I can because we're not all ready right at the beginning. Sometimes it takes time for us to get to that part where we're like, I can't do this anymore. I can't bear this pain anymore. Let me call Sharon. It is now time. Thanks for being here today in this episode. I hope that it spoke to you. I hope that it spoke to your heart. And I hope that it gives you the courage to take the intentional steps to move forward. Know that I'm here for you. Know that I see you. But most importantly, know that I am you. I'm a griever. I'll see you in the next podcast, my friend.